approval or whatever when it came in. Look at you hitting buttons, bro.
He's sneaky.
So
Just come in mid-conversation. Hi, everybody.
And I was really excited about it. I'll never forget. I was so excited about it because it was one of the first pieces we had sent out like that. And, they drop it off. They do the whole, here's the video of us dropping it off on the porch. You know what I mean? I'm excited about it and really, really stoked about it. 4 months later, this dude sends me this thing and he's like, I never got my artwork. And I was like, well, whatever, bro. Don't mess with me.
No.
Don't mess with me. I tell you what, I'll send you a few books, but I'm not sending you $600 worth of original art, bro. You already got it.
No doubt.
So, hey, take it up with USPS. They're insured. They dropped it off at the house. Once they drop it off, my dude, where you live's your business, man. I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, we started.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
I'll just keep you in here. So
yeah. Hey,
I'll
hang out.
Screen.
Beautiful people and whatnot.
So we'll start with Kat and then go down to Ted and introduce yourself if people don't know who you are, and then go from there.
All right. Well, hi guys. I'm Katrina. I run Cat Scratch Press. It is a publishing house for myself, essentially at this point, as well as we offer editing and proofreading services for both comics and novels.
And I am Ted Davies of Ted Davies Artistry. Rising Tide Broadcast Network is who I'm affiliated with, if you guys are following them at all. And we do a ton of work right now. We're doing a lot of different things. We got a campaign right now. I know Katrina's got a campaign too right now. That's one of the reasons why we're on here. But yeah, we do a lot of things on YouTube. Ted Davies Artistry, check everything out. We do TED Talks. We do the Truth Mongers on Wednesday nights. We do Drinking with the Davies, which my wife and I have a show that we just got done with. And yes, I am sober, but it was still fun that hour there. And yeah, we got a lot going on. So check out what we're doing.
Sweet.
I just want to say thank you to John Westhoff for that comment. I don't know if Greg's seen it yet. So I am.
It's true.
I work on comics. I just don't write them. I think the keyword almost always is yet. I think at some point it's going to happen. It just hasn't happened yet.
Cat related, of course, and they'll be great.
They'll be cat related. They will. And it will surprise nobody. Hey, Brian.
Brian, how you doing, man?
Brian has a Kickstarter, and he'll be on
does.
in like a couple minutes after you guys talk about your stuff. But
yeah, it's a
Dustin
great
can
Kickstarter.
introduce himself if people don't know who that he is, and then
if people don't know who I am by now, I really suck at this. So, it's funny. But my name is Dustin Burnell, like down there, that way, somewhere over there. And I write The Listener. I write Greed. I write BGD, which is Babes Going Dinosaurs. And I've got a really cool series coming out here shortly called If It Hops. You guys are not getting any intel about If It Hops until it actually drops. So I didn't even mean to do that. So that's how good I am at this. But yeah, I'm just hit a year. That's a real shame because there's some cool folks in here.
Sean and I just became Facebook friends, I think, today.
Oh, well,
So, there you go.
Get him in the loop, man. Get him in the loop.
Yeah, man.
So,
Try to wake you, Sean.
Yeah,
Here
man.
we go, man. Let's have some fun.
Yeah,
Follow us.
Hop in and hang out, dude. Because we're gonna be drinking with the Davies next. I'm excited about that. So yeah, it's just I do a lot of cool stuff. I write a variety of different types of books, from naked dinosaur chicks to Native American horror stories to kids and their monster under the bed. So
awesome.
I write a lot of fun stuff. Speaking of BGD, you'll be getting some BGD action, Greg, next week. So pretty stoked about that. Man, look, I've never signed so many books in my life. Let me tell you.
What a first world problem to have, my friend.
I know, isn't that terrible?
It's so tough. I know.
It's bad. It's real.
Writer's cramp from writing your own
That's right,
signature.
carpal tunnel.
Dude, I got a box
Heartbreaking.
fracture twice in the same hand, so I'm literally over there doing this like crimpet action, trying to
the club fist.
You know,
do a video showing just what you do for your fans. You know,
that's exactly what you know. And I eat spicy chips live and do crazy stuff, and that didn't turn out in my favor.
Lots of hot sauce, and
whatever.
I'll never do that again.
Yeah,
that nonsense. We ate that death chip thing. Well, I ate the death chip, and Chip was vomiting the death chip.
Oh,
the
forget
chip
it.
challenge.
No way.
Jason Webb, that did his like writing debut on this Chronicles of Horror 2. He's like, oh, if we get funded, would you do like the death chip thing? I was like,
one chip challenge.
I don't like spicy stuff. That's why
Sir.
I did that one thing. He's like, yeah, but like if we get funded, and I was like, okay. But
if we get funded.
Totally. It is not worth the pain in your mouth or coming out the other end. You know what I'm saying?
The rest of it, yeah. Ooh.
It's not great. And then I stuck my fucking finger in my eye, and it sucked so bad.
No.
So the whole time I'm like, Jim, make sure you wear the gloves, because I was not intending.
Oh yeah, big time. Big
and
time.
I was like,
that's the gift that keeps on giving, bro.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely, yeah.
I was like, if we hit, if we hit 25 viewers for this show within like a 10-minute time, I'll eat it. What's going on, Krista? I was like, I'll eat it too. You know what I mean? If we get 25, I'll get in on that. And so we get 25. I think we got like 40 in like 5 minutes time to watch us eat shenanigans. And I was like, cool. Make sure you wear the gloves. Only had one pair. I was like, make sure you wear the gloves and da-da-da-da. And it's sweating balls out, right? So I'm like, oh my God, it's hot outside. And I'm like, oh my God, it's hot outside. Yeah, it was so bad. So the rest of the video, I'm like a glass of milk.
Yeah.
Like I literally got a whole glass of milk, like pouring it into my eyeball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. It's not great. I won't do that again. Not for anybody. Hate it for you.
I have said I would do like the Jelly Belly hot jelly bean challenge, but I won't do the one chip challenge. I won't do it.
No.
Yeah.
Next it's going to be the Harry Potter nasty flavored beans.
Nope, I'm out on those.
It hasn't got to that severity yet for any of my crowdfunding, so I'm going to wait.
Boozled are good. I can handle the boozled. It's the ones that are off-brand.
I had a rotten egg one once, and I was like,
yeah, that's the booger was bad.
Rotten egg vomit. No,
dog shit's a lot worse. Let me tell you. If you get the off-brand.
How do you compare that? How do you compare that with dog shit?
How does somebody know what that tastes like?
Yeah, it wasn't great. It was like not great. I'm sitting here going,
Can you imagine having to be like the jelly bean tester?
Yeah.
Like to make sure that it compared. No.
What kind of vocation is that?
No.
Yeah, no, it's not great.
No.
It's not great. You don't want that earwax. Nope, that was ass too. Don't want any of that nonsense.
Nope.
So you guys got campaigns going. So I'm not trying to mess with you. I got a campaign going too. So let's I was supposed to just be here hanging out. So you guys go ahead and do the spiel. I know we talked to Katrina before. Greg and I have spoken to you before, if I'm not mistaken, about you put out short stories, right?
Yep. Short stories for kids.
Very cool. That's exciting. I can't write kids books to save my life, but that's just me. I tried. Didn't work very well for me.
So yes, you have.
I think you just have to like never have actually grown up. That's my secret. I never actually really grew up, so this is just like playing with my friends.
I dig that. I mean, I love everybody we end up working with. It's really funny because Greg's like, "Hey, we're gonna do something cool," and I was like, "Oh my God, let me in on that nonsense!" The indie community is so much fun. It really is. If you get in, I mean, just like any crowd, there are the rotten eggs in the crowd.
Sure.
But most people in this industry are super solid folks and a lot of fun to work with. Especially when you tell them you're like, "Hey, look, we're going to do some shenanigans." Then they're like, "Oh my!" Then the kid comes out, right?
Let's do it. What can we do?
You have a killer in your book. That's I'm so in.
That's a terrible idea. What time? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How do I get on board that project?
That's right.
I'll drive, 14 hours to hang out with Steph Wilson and Carrie and, all the other shenanigans that were, Jim Noble and hang out with all kinds of wild folks. That show would have been bananas. If I could have stayed more than a day in Baltimore, it would have been absolute bananas. But we did a cool one. Tom, Jim, and I did a show a couple weeks back too. That was a lot of fun. Did he miss it?
So Aaron sent me a video for his One Last Job campaign.
Oh,
Since he can't actually be here, even though he's on YouTube right now.
Yeah,
What's
I
up
don't.
with that?
Yeah, that's nice, Aaron. I'm glad you can make it on sort of.
I watched it. It's hilarious.
Just
So
give it a hard time. I
I'll
love
play
Aaron.
that
He's
right
cracks me
now,
up.
and then
Yep.
yeah.
No. It's once I found out Ted was going to be on there, I just told him I was going to get out of it. So once I get out of it, it's going to be fine. I'm just going to do this video real quick. I told him I would send him a video, but I just couldn't deal with the whole Ted thing. But anyway. Yeah, so, hey guys. Hey Ted, I hope you're doing well, man. Katrina, yep. Greg, I hope you're all doing well. I'm sorry I couldn't make it. You know, I got stuff going on. Greg knows what's up. Look, I just wanted to drop a video and say One Last Job number 1 and number 2 are on Kickstarter right now. Why should you back it? Well, it's super simple. If you love spy thrillers and you're a fan of like 007, Bourne, John Wick, Taken, Mission Impossible, this is a story for you. Also, if you love the unboxing experience, we have some links on our page and you can watch people unbox that first issue of their campaign boxes, and just know that we're taking it up a whole different level on this campaign. So check out the page, back it today, grab a limited edition re-release holochrome copy of issue 1. Appreciate you guys. Much love, everybody.
He and Matt are just hilarious. We have a really a great, you know, they're awesome. Marketing wise though, on the last campaign, the last job that you know, did you guys get in on it or not?
Yep.
I did not.
Because they have like the file and everything that came with it, and the special. It was cool for your eyes only, and that was really cool. They did a really good job on that.
I actually got, I forgot what it was. It was a horror comic or something, a murder mystery type thing. Completely forgot that I like backed this. It wasn't One Last Job. It was another one. And it came in this giant box. And I was like, what is this? And I didn't know what it was, a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And I opened it and there's like files. I'm like, did I get like a police like evidence? And I was like, oh, okay. There's like stickers and stuff. All right. So this is a Kickstarter.
That's dope.
Anyway, Aaron's hysterical.
That's great.
I'm considering doing soap again just for Greg.
That was so good. My apartment smelled great.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend's like, when is that going to be like done? I'm like, when I'm done using it. Like,
so good though. I was excited about it. If it didn't cost like $11 a bar to put that shit out, it would be in my Kickstarters all the time. You know what I mean?
Have you best, or you known best for?
Oh Lord,
Cats. I mean, let's be honest.
The musical, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you miss my
Awesome.
my starring role in that? Like
right? Did you miss
a couple
the
of summers
cameo?
ago.
I'm best known for, well, now I am best known for Retrieve. Not the thing I'm doing on Kickstarter, but that's TED Talks and Retrieve, basically my comic book Retrieve, and then the stuff I do on YouTube. That's how most people know me. So for the most part, so
I don't have a good answer for that. So you go ahead. I really don't have a. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? I used to think it was the listener. I used to think the listener was what everybody knew me from. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden we put BGD out, and I went from like a couple thousand followers to a whole lot more. So I really don't know if it was, you know, everybody likes my very serious stuff or my crazy, you know, cyberpunk dinosaur awesome shenanigans. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think BGD is my most popular book right now. I mean, it's doubled my sales for every other book I put out right now.
Wow,
so
very good.
BGD,
That's cool.
you know? Everybody wanted to see me dip into the darker stuff. So I don't know. You can Google my name. There's probably some arrest records in there somewhere. You know, if you start doing
don't look too closely.
Yeah, just look in like the past like year and a half. Don't go any further than that.
Go to the first page of search results. Don't go past page 1.
Leave the rest of it alone. It's just not great.
I don't know.
I'm gonna start making denials. Like, oh, it wasn't me. I plead the fifth.
I don't know what I'm known for. if Travis Gibb is in here, then it's Ink. If it's not, then I don't know.
I think I think your name is very well known, and I think it's because of your helping people so much.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
it, period.
What it is, your person, your personage, who you are as an individual. I think that's what you're known for more than anything else. Okay, don't read past it. I'm just being honest.
Don't
Don't look too far into it. I'm just telling the truth.
don't cry, Greg. Yeah. Just be humble for a minute, man. Just a minute.
It's not
So, Kat, do you want to
Yeah.
talk about your book?
Yeah. Oh no, I hate talking about my stuff. Yeah, no, happily. So currently on Kickstarter, I have a book called Return to the Toy Store. It is the follow-up book to Tales from the Toy Store, although they are both standalone books. It just happens to be that some of the characters come over. It is 20 plus short stories, perfect for bedtime reading, elementary age readers, or kids at heart who just want a little bit of escapism. So Return to the Toy Store kind of gives a little away. It's all about toys that live in a toy store and the adventures that they get up to, and kind of life lessons for kids. You can, as you're scrolling the Kickstarter page, you can see that I have no graphic skills. So so when you see like this right here that's scrolling is actually the bookmark. Trust me, it will not be like 5 by 5 feet tall. It is a standard bookmark. It just happens to be that this is the file that my designer sent me, and I just uploaded it and then went, oh, that's really big, but I don't know how to make it smaller. So I have no
it looks
graphic.
great. No, it looks good.
I have no graphic design skills whatsoever, which is why I have a fantastic cover artist, Eric Cockrell, and
very good. Eric's awesome.
I have an interior artist. Her name is Max Strain. This is her second book that she's done with me. And you see the little gnome there, and the penguins right above that are actually art done by Josh Lyman, for anybody who's familiar with Josh.
Mm-hmm.
He gifted me those when I came out with my first book and has graciously allowed me to use them for the campaign. And then this is our team. This is me and Max. And then Eric at the bottom there. So with the campaign, you can get any of the 3 books. There is Tales from the Toy Store, Return to the Toy Store, and then there's a book in the middle called Apo's Army right there, which is all about cats. And for anybody who just gets a kick out of having cat butt on the back of your book, we offer that. That's Eric's favorite part about designing that cover is he got to do a little bit of a wraparound with the cat butt on the back. We're down to 36 hours. This is the end of our campaign. And we have funded. And we're working towards our second stretch goal, which will be stickers. Which I'm super excited about. I love stickers, so I'm excited about stickers.
Yeah, that's actually what got me on your radar or you on my radar was Apo's Army.
Oh, thanks, Madeline.
It's super cool. Super fun stuff. I mean, I was never a cat person till I got married, and then cats were a thing. But the stories are super cute. They're a lot of fun. They really are a lot of fun.
What's the age? What's the format age?
The age it's like I said, it's perfect for like bedtime reading.
Mm-hmm.
I am a big pusher of reading to your kids at bedtime, reading to your kids when they're little.
Yeah.
Encouraging imagination, and then I would say elementary. Upper elementary probably is a good reading age for this particular book.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good deal.
And then I say I had the best compliment today. I have recently connected with a podcaster who reads children's stories on his podcast.
Oh, that's cool.
And sent him the file for Tales from the Toy Store, the first book. And he came back with me and said, why haven't you turned this into 20 illustrated stories?
There you go.
These are all good enough that they could be standalone. And I said, mostly, do you know what it costs to pay a quality artist
True.
to draw a children's book or any book? Yeah, I said, once I have more of a fan base, and I can recoup some of those costs, absolutely, it would be fun to do. But right now we're sticking with the collections, which I think are nice too, because it gives you one solid book to have on the bookshelf that you can pull out, tuck the bookmark inside where you are, and pick up the next night with the next story.
For sure.
It's a good value too, because you got multiple things like you
Yeah,
said.
I said
one
we
stop.
are with this particular book. We are doing it on Kickstarter for $10,
It's
and
great.
it is 100. The last book was 102 pages. This one will be
Wow,
at least 100 pages.
that's
of
great.
Mostly of story.
Mhm.
There's a little bit, about the author and stuff like that. And one of the things I guess I've been told I don't talk about enough is that if you go to the back of any of our books, whether it's the digital or the print copy, there's a link in the back of the book that will take you to a site where you can download all of the interior art and then print that out as coloring pages.
Oh,
That's
cool.
super cool.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah,
So if you go through the book, you'll see that all of our images are done in coloring book format.
that's great.
And so you can then print those out and color the characters however you think they are.
Mhm.
Right
And then
on.
I encourage readers to then, post them to Instagram, post them to me, so everybody can see how cool your kid is.
Very cool.
What would you like want to be these books in like a couple years? Would you want like a movie made out of them or anything?
I think it would be fun. I mean, I think they would do better as cartoon shorts. Just because they are short stories. It would be really hard to get, a 2-hour movie out of a 8-page story, without really expanding it out and turning it into something else. But I think they would be really fun as, half an hour, cartoon shorts with all the different characters. And no, guys, there will not be a toy line. I have been asked this question. Will I do a toy line? The problem with that is that all of the toys that are in the book are actually toys we physically own at my house. These are toys that my kids had growing up, the toys that I've had growing up. These are already trademarked designs. So I can't then turn them into something else. But you never know. Maybe I'll invent a character at some point. And never say never.
Yeah. And guess we'll move on to Ted.
All right.
Sounds good. Well, I appreciate everybody listening in. I've got a campaign called Grim 101. It's the second book in the series out of 4. Grim 101 book 1 was actually brought out. I've got it here. It's actually in the campaign as well, but that's the first book. And then I've also got a hardback. Grim 101 book 2 is a continuation of the story of Jim, the cemetery Grim. He's a being that's has amnesia. He's been in a cemetery for 150 years, does not know how he got there. Nobody can see him or hear him until the second book, when the next door neighbor that lives in the caretaker's cottage notices him. And he's really terrible at his job. I don't know if you know what a grim is or not, but a grim is basically when you go to a cemetery, you feel anxiety, you feel grief, and you feel terrible being there. That's his job. That's his job, to make you feel like that. And he's terrible at it. He is the worst possible grim you could he's basically a stand-up comic, but he doesn't know it because he didn't know what that was. He has no idea what. So he finds a book called Grim 101, and it's a manual of how to be a grim in a cemetery. So he figures, well, I must have hit my head, and this is my vocation, obviously. So, and but anyway, Gwendolyn, the woman in the second book, actually, it's based on a memoir. So the first book is Jim's memoir. The second book is Gwendolyn's memoir, and it talks about each other, how they perceive each other and everything else. And she's kind of a Pinterest witch. She feels like she summoned this guy, and he's there to tell her, no, that's not what happened. That's not how it works. So anyway, that's how the story is going. There's, like I said, 3 books in the series. The first 2 books are memoir based, but the second book is based around Gwendolyn's viewpoint. And noticing this guy. She can't believe that she actually, what she thinks, conjured him up. But it's a fun story. It's a little dark comedy, kind of a gothic romance a little bit. But it's been very well received. In fact, we just got word last week that the group that's developing Retrieve My Book into a movie package right now in LA, they're going to be picking Grim up next year. So they're going to be starting to script that for episodic
wow,
pitching.
congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So things have been, it's been an awesome year. But the thing about Kickstarter that's great is that it's been, you can be part of the grassroots of it. It doesn't matter if you get a development deal or not. It's about grassroots and how people look at it and helping these creators get going. That's the whole idea. You guys could do the same thing I did. It's just basically you got to get the things in print so people can see it. So these companies can say, hey, we want to invest in time and money and development in your stuff, but they can't do it if it's not in print, right? They're not going to look at you if it's not in print. So that's, I've been very fortunate. Retrieve has been a very, which you can get Retrieve books in this package as well. The second printings, the first printings are completely done. They're no longer being printed. Real quick though, the add-ons, if I can have you go back a little bit. In my case, the figures and the toys are part of the program. So let me show you, if you can back up. I've got an add-on for, actually, I just got this in the mail. We're doing this is Jim the Grim. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but this is going to be a painted figure. And this is done by Damian Walbram out of, he's called O Toys is the name of the company. He's down in Louisville. And you guys can check him out on my website too. He's awesome. But it comes with a full complete dome. It'll be hand painted. You can see it in that one there. I think there's a close up there too on one of the upper pictures, but that's fine. You can check it out when you guys have time. It comes with an encased dome as well, and it'll be completely painted, just like actually the color scheme on Grim 101. So you'll see it's a little bit more my style, and that'll be. But it's a collector's item. There's only going to be, I think, 20 made, and I think 16 have already been purchased already. So. And it's you can get them as an add-on. You can actually just get that figure for $75 plus shipping. So Albino Zulu, one of the things I want to tell Katrina about too. I did the same thing with Albino Zulu. I think that it's really important that kids get involved with comic books. And so you can print this out too if you get a PDF file or whatever from me. You can also get the hard copies through this campaign. But I have it also, I call it the refrigerator section, so people can send their, they get the drawings together, they can scan them, send them back to me, and I'll put them on the virtual fridge, so the kids can kind of brag. So, but yeah, I'm with you 100% on that. I think it's very important, very, very important. But yeah, Grimm's going to be a series of 4 books. We're doing real well with it. We've been, like I said, very fortunate. We're at 77% right now, and it just launched Sunday. So there it is. There's a better picture. Tells you a little bit more about the process with Jim the Grim, but we wanted something a little bit different. I didn't want to have a figure that necessarily moved. I wanted a collector's piece because I'm getting a lot of that. People want to buy the books and they want to have it like the one deal where it was all done at one time. It's got a certificate, and then they can keep it either to resell later or keep it for good. So, and that was and I want to big shout out. Lisa Malone did all the management on this campaign. She did both this and Grim 101 book 1. They did. She's awesome. If you guys need to have a campaign manager, very affordable, and she'll be on every campaign I do. She's just fantastic. So, but check out everything we're doing. I love you guys to see the video and see the voiceover work that I'm working on too. I do want to do an audio book and eventually with the voiceover people that we had do it, and it's just been great. It's been a great experience. So, thank you for letting me come on here and brag a little bit. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
So.
We actually have a action figurine thing on our Kickstarter. I might put it as an add-on for like the quick starter thing that we're planning on doing, since
good.
Doubt that will fund. But unless if somebody has $2,214 hidden away.
You never know.
Yeah. Yeah, because
You
some
never
of the
know,
people
man.
are like, "Oh, I'll fund." And I'm like, you can hope, but yeah. So, and then you have Dustin.
Oh, baby. Sweet Jesus. So, oh Lord. So I guess I'll share my screen. Hold on. And I'll bring up Greed real quick. You know me, I was just hanging out. Hold on. Let me bring up all my shenanigans. All right, here we go. Let's share screen.
Just read the private chat. Sorry. That was funny.
Yeah. That's my life. Don't feel bad. That's my life. All right, so
There we go. That's
let me mess with y'all for a second and give you all
That's
that.
great.
All right, so Greed issue 2, Midnight Snack. For an intro to you guys that don't know anything about Greed, I'm sorry. You should. It's great. Greed is a spinoff from The Listener. Instead of being back in World War II, it's in modern day, and it's about a young suburban kid who meets his monster under the bed, and his monster under the bed's kind of an ass. But he involves him in this war that's going on. We call it the other side, and on the other side, you can actually see, gods, demons, whatever, what have you. We like to joke about the fact it's probably one of the only places you could see Christ and Odin playing chess together. Because in our books, it was like The Listener. It was originally about Native American stories and theologies and stuff, and based on real events that family members of mine went through. And then we did the spinoff. And it was like, well, we can't just talk about native, beliefs and theologies and stuff. We need to talk about everybody's. So everybody's religions and faiths and theological backgrounds exist in our world. But anyway, we got the second issue. First issue did really well. Now we're on the second. And I'll pop you guys this awesome video. So we use Nita and Meredith with Ragin. They're great. They do a lot of stuff for us. They've been helping us with this campaign a lot. They did a lot of stuff with BGD's campaign. They're really, really great folks. But we just added because it was my birthday, and it was a year of our publications were the 27th of this month. So we just added the Steph Wilson special edition add-on. A lot of fun of Lilith and Cade. I think there's only 20 of those left. So they're really, really cool. Interior wise, Manny Soto does the stuff for Greed with David Ocampo's colors. You can find David coloring a lot of my books and doing a lot of covers for my books. Really, really great guy. So is Manny. Great team of people to work with. We're introducing Lilith in this book and giving her a different take and different outlook when theological beings have been done, a lot. So we had to give her her own vibe, to be slightly different. And this book is basically what you would do if this giant among demons goes head to head with your monster under the bed. So a lot of fun. Going into covers, speaking of David, that's David's cover for this one, cover A. All of our books come with the digital. So if you purchase the physical, you're going to get a digital. And then you've got C. Michael Lanning's cover, which came out. It was a lot of fun. Steph Wilson, he's got a couple covers for us with Carrie's colors. Great people. April Reyna has come back from issue 1 to work on this one. She's also on BGD. She does great stuff. This is our black light cover she did, which was super cool to me. Beautiful piece. Our buddy David Faught came in and did some cool covers. Our books are very adult. I mean, I try to be, as fun as I can, but our books are very adult. And then you get into Justin Hunt's cover, which was a lot of fun as well. We've got combos, so you can get David's covers from issues 1 and issue 2. Same thing with April. You can grab April's book 1 and book 2. The Playdate collection is just about everybody's books. Same thing with the After Dark. The After Dark's the dirty covers and whatnot. And then you get the full buffet, which is great. It's a great deal. You're saving quite a bit of money when you go that route. You get every cover. Then the retail bundle is a lot of fun. T-shirts and stickers and what have you, all kinds of wildness in there. We did unlock the first stretch goal, was a mini print by Lay Chalker. Really, really cool guy. And I'm not telling you guys what the 5K is. So, but yeah, a lot of fun, man. We've had Greed has been such an experience for us because I'm that guy that holds myself to a standard, especially in my art. And, Greg's picked up most of my books. I mean, I'm a stickler for it. You know what I mean? If like having owned a brick and mortar, if I didn't think I could put it on the wall and sell it, I wouldn't put it on my Kickstarter. You know what I mean? It's just the art's got to be beautiful. The story's got to be compelling, or I don't. If it can't stand, and I'll say this, and a lot of people are like, are you for real? Yeah, I'm real honest. If I didn't think my stuff could stand with Marvel or DC, I wouldn't put it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
That's
I mean?
the attitude you got to have. That's right.
And we're to the point now where, we're coming into our own, and having a 4th issue of one of our books coming out first quarter next year. We've got 3rd issue of one of our books coming out first quarter next year, a 2nd issue of another one. It's, we're working with a big distribution company starting next year. Lots of shenanigans. I'm really grateful. Everybody's been really cool to me. I get cool guys like Greg asking me to do fun stuff. I get stoked because of the fact that we're putting out stuff that I would want to read as a kid. You know what I mean? Like, even though it's a little adult for me, I would have still chased it. I used to chase Spawn as a kid. You know what I mean? There are books that I would run after, and I'll say as a kid, but I mean, 15, 16 years old, there were books I was really trying to get my hands on even back then. And doing the metals, doing the foils, doing the black light covers, I desperately tried to get a leather cover book done a couple months ago. That wasn't going to happen because of the fact that the binding was ridiculous. That was the only problem I had. Because once you start getting into this tier, you're already paying X amount for these artists because you pay for what you get, so you're already paying way up here and you're like, man, whatever, what have you. But I don't know. It's cool, man. It's a great journey. It's a full-time job for me. It's not a part-time gig or anything like that. This is my sole income that I bring in. So it has to be good. I've got 2 kids, mortgage like everybody else. So it's got to be good, because I can't put it all on my wife because that shit's not fair. So, but yeah, that's it in a nutshell, guys. Mad fun.
Cool. Well, now I'm going to bring in some new people.
Ooh,
New people.
what?
Hey,
Rodman, what's up?
Brian.
what's
What's up,
up,
Brian?
guys? How you doing?
Very
Hey,
good,
Ben.
man.
Good.
Love that outfit today, man. That was killer. Saw the
Oh,
picture.
thanks.
That was so wicked, bro. That's so wicked.
Very cool.
So introduce yourselves, Brian and Ben. So I guess Brian can go first and then Ben.
Sure. I'm Brian Rodman. I'm 1/3 of the Dastardly Dingoes podcast, 1/4 of Comic Book Spectrum, both on the Rising Tide Network. I'm also the writer and illustrator of Memoirs of an Angel, which I'm here to talk about tonight. So yeah.
Sweet.
I'm Ben Tinsley. I'm a film actor. Currently have a movie on HBO Max called Amareka. And I'm the creator author of The Blonde Assassin, issues 1 and 2, although it's a project that's been in motion since for about 12 years. I first came out with the first issue 1 back when I was living in Las Vegas. And we redid a little bit and then came out with 2, and now we've got a Kickstarter going. So lots of fun, lots of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Brian, you want to talk about your Kickstarter real quick?
Sure, no problem.
You want to share the screen too?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Twist his arm a little.
Yeah, why not? Go ahead.
Do the work.
All right. Well, maybe.
if you can't, then I can. I already have.
Yeah, go ahead. My computer's being
You've already-
dumb. I don't know
You've
what's
already
going on.
got it up, Greg.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Making him work.
There we go.
So yeah, this is Memoirs of an Angel. It's a horror fantasy comic book series. It's about a ragtag group of infinite and finite beings that race through time and space to rescue a broken and bitter witch hunter from the clutches of the Dark Kingdom. It's in every way. It's like Lord of the Rings meets The Exorcist. So you got that high fantasy world building mixed with the demonic horror. Yeah, we're at, right now. We have 38 hours left in the campaign. This is issue 8 of the series, at this point, so the first volume, which is issues 1 through 4, they really kind of introduce all the major characters, and we introduce them individually. It's almost issues 1 through 4 kind of feels like a bit of an anthology. And then all of the characters come together at the end of issue 4. And then from that point on, it becomes an ensemble driven story. With issues 5 through 7, the angelic characters have Moriel and Akalian are the main two. And they have discovered a very intense dark stronghold in this particular area of the world, and it's surrounding this boy who is possessed. And so the whole arc from issues 5 to 7 is trying to find the boy, trying to break through the stronghold, and by means of extreme measure, they are able to do so. And when we get to issue 8, Moriel and Akalian have entered into the demon-possessed mind of the boy. And so for the next 3 issues that close out this arc of volume 2, 8, 9, and 10, it's going to be just intense, balls to the wall craziness as they fight through all these different obstacles within the boy's possessed mind to reach the main demon that is possessing him, and has essentially launched his own world within the boy's soul. And they're on a mission to fight him, defeat him, and free the boy from his grasp. We do have Toys with us as well. That is the highest tier. Again, Damian Walbrin, awesome guy, good friend of mine here in Louisville. And he does great work. We partnered with him on our other project, the Nebulizer, and did a fantastic job. Super excited about that. We have a lot of really cool introductory tiers. We have a digital and a physical catch-up tier, and then we also have a tier where you can just we added it about a couple weeks ago. It's called Pick 4. You can just go in, jump in, and if you just want to read like the first 4 issues, you can do that. If you want to catch up, if you have the first or second issue and then you want to get the in between, you can pick whichever ones you want. So that way you don't have to commit to the entire series blindly, because I know a lot of times that's not offered. We do have the first trade, which is the first 4 issues as well. So yeah, and we have all the frickin' merch you could ever want in your lifetime is in the mother load. So if you like, I mean, it's pretty much everything except for I don't know. Name something. Yeah, I guess. But yeah, and then of course we have the add-on menu as well. If you want to, back at any level, we've got the beanies, which I have right now. Yeah. That's the campaign. So, and there's my
and
mug.
The team.
Meet the team. I pretty much do all of the. I'm not a one-man show by any means, but I do all the art, all the writing, all the lettering, coloring, all that jazz. Mostly because I'm super poor and can't afford to pay a lot of people, so I had to learn how to do all those things. My buddy Luke is the editor, and he just finished his doctorate in world religions and spiritual, like unseen realm type stuff, which is of course exactly what this the series is about, and his main job is making sure I keep my world building intact, and that I follow the rules that I've created, and he does a fantastic job of that. And then my lovely wife Robin is the manager of the team. She does all of the accounting, all the business side of the comics. She's also the final word on everything that I draw. I will call her in and be like, "Hey, does this look good?" And she'll be like, "No, it sucks." And then I'll cry and I'll redraw the thing. And then she says, "Okay, it looks passable now."
Is it supposed to look like that?
That's a
Right.
great
Oh, I hate
business
that.
model, dude.
Yeah. I hate that question. Like
I know.
when I bring
I know,
her in,
right?
she's like, "Is it supposed to look like that?" I was like, "Oh, soul crusher."
Mm,
Oh gosh.
Did you mean it like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they?
And yeah,
They did Chris and Okay, Sam.
yeah. Our timeline. We have we'll have all the digital rewards out in January, and all the physical rewards out will be in February. We've partnered with our printer that we've always partnered with, which is Comics Wellspring. They have an insane turnaround time. We love working with them. They're always pumping out good quality stuff, and really, really helpful, really awesome. So very dependable. And this is our sixth go round. We're very thankful that we've gotten this far. Our backers. We had a little bit of the dead zone was harsh this time. But it looks like in the last 12 hours or so, we've got some people showing back up and kind of rescuing us from the dead zone, which I really appreciate. So, but yeah, that's it pretty much.
Cool. Sweet. Hey, I have a question.
Yeah.
How many Kickstarters have you done so far? Which number is this?
This is our sixth one.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Your experience shows, bro.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, and I will say this, because you said you're about to start your first one, right?
Yeah, I have started my first one. That's correct.
Oh, you have? Okay, cool.
But it is my first one.
Yeah. The biggest, the most helpful tool that I have found, because we are in no way any kind of experts. Like, my wife is a genius. She's an awesome businesswoman. Like, she's fantastic. But I am an idiot when it comes to that stuff. I just, doodle and write and hope it works out. But we have learned so much from Comics Launch. It's a podcast.
Okay.
And we do their workshops. We throw them some money as well. Of course, the podcast is free. But just from the podcast, I've learned so much just about business. Not just in comics, but it's all geared towards launching specifically on Kickstarter. And I've found it to be a lifesaver.
Awesome. I'll check it out.
Yeah, you should. Cool.
Very cool. Awesome.
Ben, you want to
Yeah.
talk about yours?
Did Mr. Host or whomever, did one of you say you could help show the Kickstarter on here? Because I'm on my cell phone, and
Oh, yeah.
I don't have that.
I was
if you
trying to
could-
search for it, and
It's on Facebook, and the account Ben Tinsley, and you get there, you'll see Blonde Assassin stuff in the head. I made it an all Blonde Assassin page, and the very first, hey, the wind is blowing, come buy comics. To go in that, the link is right below that. It's real simple. I made it real simple at the advice of my publisher, colleague, and friend Jason Doobie. But I've been kind of blessed in that Jason's done this a few times, and then he hooked me up with Phil, who's just amazing at this stuff, and they've kind of talked me through it. When it comes to all this creative business stuff, I'm a great writer, but I can't do much else. So, there we go. That's the thing. Is there any chance you could turn it on so we could experience the love?
The video?
Yeah, the video.
Yes.
would not be possible without Jason Doobie. He is holding my hand through this. But yeah, yeah, there we go. This is issue 2 that you're looking at. The one halfway through. Surrender. She's the codename the Blonde Assassin. She's a CIA agent. She's fighting a cabal of werewolves, or is it? And lots of fights, lots of blood. Keep going, please. Basically, it starts out, your general kill revenge story, but it kind of morphs into something more supernatural and creepy. She starts out, she's a CIA agent, but it turns out she works for her colleague El Diablo, Shane De La Vega, who's probably one of the more interesting characters. He was actually a mob assassin who who got a pardon and a CIA credentials when 9/11 happened, and they needed people who are good at killing other people. And El Diablo was very patriotic, so he stayed with the CIA, and his skill set matched them perfectly. So he grew, and then he partnered up with Surrender, and the two of them have a colleague named Ray, who in other comic books is known as Blue Blazer, and he's a blue force field guy who can teleport anywhere, which is really great when you're doing wet work. And it's lots of and the title, actually, the Blonde Assassin title was assigned to her by her handlers at the CIA because of the Emily Dickinson poem, which the Blonde Assassin, and we list that poem in every issue that we print. This is the first one right here that you're coming down to. The original Blonde Assassin title that we published 12 years ago just had Surrender on the hill, but when we brought it back and retooled it, I decided to add El Diablo, and that's Ray, or Blue Blazer, behind him. He's kind of sulking because that's kind of what he does, and El Diablo is planning the site because that's what he does, and Surrender just killing people because that's what she does. She kills it. And we have some of the greatest art. Hey, slow down on that. This is Jason Doobie's art, but Steph, you guys know of Steph? He's yes, he's a god of art, and he graciously agreed to come on board, and he's done some covers for us. So if you want, you get both nude and otherwise, and you can pay for that special cover. And then we have another one of Jason's artists who does an even better one of an all nude Surrender pointing a 45 at you dead bang on the cover, looking right at you. So it's and then we have rewards and basically bundles and the whole 9 yards. It's a little comic book shop that you can kind of do it yourself, put it together, and we will get it printed and sent to you. There we go, Steph Wilson. He calls it tame. I think that's funny that he calls this tame. And that, go ahead. Somebody say something? Oh. Anyway, so we're what I'm looking to do is raise enough money with this Kickstarter to just basically sink back into. We've got Blonde Assassin 3 almost done. We've got another supernatural comic I call Gen Stalkers about halfway done. We're hoping to get those finished for a future Kickstarter. So you're investing in Kickstarters begetting Kickstarters. And also my son, Jake, 26, who actually started writing with me when we started this in 2007, he actually has a multiverse-related action comic too, and we're writing partners. So,
that's cool.
Yeah, all for Scattered. Again, Jason Doobie is just amazing, but all these folks that are helping us, it's just you can't do it alone. I mean, you guys know what I'm saying. It's just
Yep.
You got to have people who believe in you, and you got to have people willing to scrape their knuckles to get you going. But yeah, here we go. This is the one I'm talking about. Oh my God, I forget. I forget her name. I'm so sorry, but she's an amazing artist. You can tell by this, but that's what I'm talking about. That vibe is like, you think it's about a sexy girl, but it's really about her putting a bullet between your eyes. And 'cause she is a killer, and she's a closer. So I started out of college. I was a newspaper writer. I reported on cops and investigative stuff. So I've got 30 years of that, of actual cases in the back of my head that's fueling my writing. And at the same time, I've got a lot of nonsense and bad, sexy jokes and and naked girls and sin, but frivolity at the same time. And it's all going into The Blonde Assassin. So just the grab bag of just all sorts of neat stuff. So, that's the thing I'm going to so delicately put your comic book in there. I've actually, Jason said I deserve to have my knuckles broken if I don't do this. So because I accidentally sent him in a regular box some comics, and he just was beside himself. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't listen to the publisher. So so we got that going on, and I cannot see this. I just assume it's another one of our. Oh, don't miss out. Yeah, don't miss out. We're here. I mean, we basically we set a $500 threshold, and we met that like the first day, and we're just basically trying to get enough cash to, like I say, just come back at you. Because I've met a lot of people like you guys here. They're just the salt of the earth. I mean, just great folks, and we're all kind of helping each other succeed. One of Jason's big problems he has with the major industry is that like Marvel and DC print insane amounts of comics that people never read, and that kind of gluts the market. But we're kind of the talented smaller chain, and we're kind of working towards success, and we help each other out. So, I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad to meet more folks, because I'm having time of my life. I mean, it's awesome. That's questions, class?
No, I would just say the support is incredibly important.
Yeah.
I've had this. It's been a rough month around here, and adding this campaign was just a little more to add to that. And I had days where I was just like, I'm done. I can't do this. I can't do it anymore. I can't post one more post about this. And I'd hit Facebook, and there Greg would be sharing it. And I'm like, oh, well, Greg believes in me. I can't quit now.
Yeah, you turn a corner and you meet the sweetest people, the most supportive people. It's crazy how up and topsy-turvy it gets. But when it's good, it's the best. The very best. And I'm trying to think of a...
Hey, Phil.
Oh, is Phil here? Hey there, buddy. How you doing? Hello?
Oh, he's just in the comment section.
Oh, I thought he was in the speaking section.
No.
But,
sorry, no.
Yeah, Phil is, Phil and I kind of have an interesting, we met through Jason Doobie, but he comes from a total, that side of comics that you don't even think about when you're writing the character, the connections, the business connections, the just those things invisible things that make the industry work that we don't even know about, nor do we think about. The first time I ever tried, I had like my first comic. It was an anthology called Two-Fisted Adventures, and it had something of everything. And I did not know anything about what Phil does. I basically tried to get Diamond to pick it up, thinking they would just do it and life would be great, but they wouldn't. They wouldn't pick it up. Yeah. And I learned really the hard way, what a horrific business it can be when you don't know what you're doing. And so, this time every step I take, I cross-check with two of my buddies like Phil or Jason just to make sure that I'm doing it right. And Phil just, he blinks and stuff gets done, and you don't even, it's like magic. You don't even know what he's doing, but it's done. So, I guess publicity is one way I'd put it, or interconnected, synergy. It's,
There's always cats.
There's always a cat. I don't get through one show I do without some cat making an appearance.
Oh, like in The Matrix.
That's right. This one happens to be black, huh?
Or The Sopranos. That means you killed somebody, and it's their ghost that's looking at you.
Well, that's...
So we have one more campaign that we're gonna be talking about, and then everybody can go to sleep or whatever you guys want to do.
Then everybody can just leave.
No, that art's beautiful. Wow.
Thanks,
yeah,
gorgeous.
Great.
Gorgeous art.
Thank you. The art belongs to Gwen Tavares, who did the cover art for the CD cover.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Madeline Holly Rosing. I do a steampunk supernatural comic called Boston Metaphysical Society, and we are running a Kickstarter for our first ever audio drama called The Ghost Ship. It features our ex-Pinkerton detective, our spirit photographer, and our genius scientist as our investigative team. And it is a full cast, special effects, original music, 8-episode standalone audio drama.
Awesome.
It's been quite an endeavor the past few months, writing and producing it. So I'm executive producer and the writer, so I'm wearing many hats. But I was very privileged to bring on Eddie Louise and Chip Michael, who are the co-creators and producers of another audio drama called Sage and Savant, which ran for 4 years, and it's still out there. You can still download it. And I had my regular artist, Gwen Tavares, do the cover art, as you can see. We have some really cool rewards, and that's our cast, of course. Yeah, yeah, they're wonderful. The cast is just amazing. But the reward tiers include a very cool flash drive, which sort of has like a ship. It's a wooden flash drive, which we're going to have an American clipper ship etched on one side and the title, The Ghost Ship, on the other. It kind of has a ship feeling, which is why I liked it. And we're also going to be offering the 5-disc CD set of the entire series, along with MP3 downloads.
Awesome.
So
Nice.
we're
Very nice.
about
Very, very well done. Wow. That's great.
thank you. We're about almost 90% funded, so we're almost there. And I would like to get there soon, sooner as opposed to later.
Yes.
That is actually what you're looking at now, is the new cover of our 6-issue miniseries, which is our original trade paperback. The first cover was done by Emily Hugh. This cover is done by Roberta Ingranata, who is also doing Doctor Who and has done Witchblade.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I was privileged enough to have her do a pinup for my last Kickstarter for the graphic novel, The Book of Demons. And so she was very happy to come on board to do the new cover. And we're also offering all 4 of the sequels in addition to that. Scourge of the Mechanical Men, Spirit of Rebellion, Ghosts and Demons, and The Book of Demons, which I'm actually fulfilling right now. So one word of advice: don't run a Kickstarter and fulfill a previous one at the same time.
Understand.
This is not fun at all.
How many
But-
have you done so far?
I'm sorry, what?
How many Kickstarters have you done just from start to finish?
This is number 10.
Holy crap. Okay.
Like a
Man.
boss.
Man,
Wow. So you're
Hey,
Jedi, basically.
I have a question for you, if I can interrupt for a second.
Sure.
Would you? Well, I'm looking at the tiers and that. The digital download for all 8 episodes versus the flash drive. Which
Yes.
one do you think's better value?
You know, it really depends on your lifestyle.
Yeah.
It really
I
comes
got a
down
pretty
to
crazy lifestyle, so I mean,
Yeah, if it's going to
Not
be
really, not really.
easier for you to simply download it, on your computer and then put it onto your phone or whatever you use to and move around, or if you just like cool looking flash drives and that you can plug into your computer, or you can transfer it into whatever player you want.
Yeah.
Your car. Each episode is about 30 minutes long, give or take. So I say it's like, oh, it's perfect to go do your cardio. So you got something to listen to while you're doing your cardio. And
cool. Well,
'cause I
digital download is the one. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just want to make sure that was cool. It's a cool idea though. Flash drive is is it a steampunk flash drive? Did you guys do anything crazy like that, or was it just
as you can see, what we did, there's limited amounts of flash drives. What you can do with a flash drive.
Right.
But I finally found a company that I kind of like the oval and the wood because it kind of felt like you were on a ship.
Okay.
Something
awesome.
you would find.
Yeah,
And
that's cool. Yeah.
And Alejandro Lee did the art for the clipper ship and for the title, the ghost ship for the flash drive.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I pretty much brought in a lot of the team that I use for my graphic novels to do little things like the cover. Yeah. Alejandro, we have a coloring book. Alejandro Lee did that for me, and actually Jason Doobie is my pre-press guy. So yes,
so we're kind of related.
We're all related. Yeah, we're related. We're all related to Jason. So yeah, he he fixed what's broken in the file that need to be printed. So yeah, I lean heavily on him for all of that, and he's wonderful about it. But yeah, I decided that I wanted to move the graphic novel into a different medium, and I also blame Eddie Louise, who is the script editor and my mentor, and has taught me a lot about the business, because she really thought, it would do well. And you can listen to an excerpt on the Kickstarter homepage. It's about 2.5 minutes long. And it's just, it's fabulous. The actors are amazing. I know when I put the casting call out for 2 of the roles, for Caitlin, for a supporting role, the name is Jimmy, I said, I just want you guys to carry a tune. That's fine. No big deal. Well, when Chip Michael, our audio engineer, was finished putting together, in one scene, they sing the Irish folk song, The Bard of Armagh. It's like, you're going to have chills. They're so good. So I'm really, really pleased with the entire team. I've been very fortunate in my decision-making in who I've hired for this project. But it has also taken more time than I ever thought it would.
Yes.
I have a couple questions for you.
Sure.
I guess the first question, are you evolving your way towards film? I mean, is that where we're going with this?
Well, the original Boston Metaphysical 6-issue miniseries is an adaptation of a TV pilot that I wrote while I was at the MFA program in screenwriting. That's my profession prior to all of this. And so, yes, I actually expected to go back to film much earlier than this, but I discovered when I entered the world of indie comics that, one, I really enjoy writing comics, and this is a fabulous community, and I love being a part of it. So,
bitching?
Here I am. I'm stuck, and I'm loving every minute of it. I'm getting work of. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually writing a story for Lady Mechanica next year.
I love that book.
Yep.
And I'm really, really excited about working with Marcia and with Joe Benitez. They're fabulous. They're absolutely fabulous. And then there's maybe another one coming down the pike. I really enjoy working in playing in other people's sandboxes.
Sure.
Because the joy of it is, you do the script, you do the edits, whatever they want, and then you hand it over and say, like, here, you deal with production. I'm going over here.
Well, that would be bliss.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
That's like the best part. I get to write this wonderful story for people, and then I don't have to deal with any of the
toss it over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For someone else to pick up.
Yeah, and all of you know what it's like. Production. It is a long haul to get it all done, whether it be prose or graphic novel or whatever you're doing.
Right.
And so I know all of you have appreciation for that, to be able to hand it off and say, I really loved working for you. Have a great time.
Well, hey, you guys are.
I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say you all are fantastic. I went ahead and backed everybody's projects because you guys were like. You guys are
Thank you.
I literally everything I saw was excellent. You guys did a great job. Except Ted, I didn't.
Bless your heart, as they say in Texas.
Ted, poor Ted.
Except me. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Ted, no, actually,
Time is fleeting. See ya.
I took my pledge away from the other day.
That's okay. No problem. No problem.
Ruh-roh.
So yeah,
If I make $10 of this off of this, I'll give you 5, Ted.
Very good. Thanks. I can eat next week.
Oh, Madeline, my second question is, would you send me a friend request?
I'm sorry, what?
Would you send me a friend request?
Oh, a friend
On
request.
Facebook?
Oh, sure. Oh, Ben, sure, Ben.
Thank
Sure.
you.
Or you can send me one, and now that I know who you are, and that's some weird bot or something.
Yeah,
Dr.
Someone who's
McChaney, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Either or is good.
yeah, that's fine. I get a lot of friend requests. Don't
Mhm.
be offended if I don't
Yeah.
respond, because it's
we've
Ever-
been friends for a long time, so we've been
Well,
friends for
women
at
have a
least a
different-
year. So I'm
Women
not worried
have
about
it
Yeah.
hard.
it's a
Okay.
whole other thing. It's
Mm.
yeah.
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 The conversations, as soon as they start like, "Hey babe,"
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah, right.
"Blah,
Gross.
bye,
Gross.
bye."
Yeah.
How you doing?
At least try to type my name.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
There's a lot of lonely Russian women that try to. I don't know. Whatever. Block them. I don't know.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
weird.
You know, Ted
But-
sent me a
but-
message like that the other day. I was
Yeah,
very
you know?
confused.
Mm.
I was,
You know, Rodman.
I
You love me or you hate me. Whatever.
just don't know what we're gonna do with Ted.
I know. It's okay. It's all right. It's all good.
But anyway, thank you so much, Greg, for
Yep.
having
Yes,
me on
thank
the
you.
show and for meeting
Yay.
everybody. I know Katrina and we've been following each other forever.
Yeah.
We're friends through Russell.
Right.
And,
Yep.
Yeah. You're awesome, by the way. You're
Thank you.
just your kids
Really
stuff
are.
is really wonderful.
You all are. Big virtual hug.
And I just finished one of Russell's new books today, and I was like, oh my god, why is it going to take you like a year to put this out? 'Cause I can't
Yeah.
talk about it forever.
Yeah, it's that production line.
Hmm.
I understand. But anyway, whoever's watching, you have to go back. Everyone's Kickstarters.
Everybody's.
Yep.
that's
Absolutely.
that's your homework assignment.
Yeah,
It's all
Greg,
right.
I want to
Yeah.
thank you again for having me on, as well as everybody else, man. Thank you for doing
Yeah,
this.
thank you very
Appreciate
much,
it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is
Thank
the last
you.
one I'm
Yes,
doing
thank you
until
very
my
much.
Comic
It's been
Con.
a blast. Really has.
It's been
Yeah.
fun.
I've been
So
waiting all month.
if you guys are available Thanksgiving weekend, I'm doing a virtual Comic Con. What I did last year, except it's going to be better and not just podcast kind of episodes. So there's going to be actual panels. So if you actually want to sell your comics or whatever,
I'll
have
make
the chance
time.
to do that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
I
there's
filled
the-
out. I filled out my sheet, right, Greg?
Yep. So you, John, and I think there's 2 other people that actually filled it out. There's other people.
Where do we go to fill out the sheets, Greg?
It's pinned on my Facebook
Yep.
page,
Okay.
on my
Cool.
personal page. So it's literally on the top when you're like,
Yeah.
Very
I mean,
good.
I know
Yeah.
I put on there that I would be on like every show, but please, guys, don't make me be on every show.
oh no, you'll be on a run.
Somebody else sign up.
Yeah. Yeah, we still have to work out a couple things, and then the last thing we're gonna like close it all out with is like a game show, and me,
Oh.
Hector, and Dylan will be drinking. So yeah,
As long as Dylan's drinking, I'll have to insist that he drinks.
yeah.
It's not
Well,
the
if you
spicy,
guys
not the
don't
spicy
mind-
stuff, right?
I was gonna say it's
If you guys
not
don't
going to be
mind-
shot sauce, right?
Yes. If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna go get some dinner.
Oh yeah,
See you later.
absolutely. Thanks, Madeline.
Eid.
Yep. Much success.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you again, Greg. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Bye bye.
See ya.
Cool. Well, yeah.
Woo.
My Kickstarter's probably not going to fund because there's still like 2K or something away. But we're going to run another one in like 2 weeks for the
Good.
exact same thing.
No.
And it's going to be a
Good.
lower goal. So
Yep.
that will definitely fund
Cool.
that. But
Cool.
Yep.
yeah.
Sweet.
Definitely back it.
So you just
We'll be
dust
there.
yourself off and get right back at it, huh?
Yeah, and try not to cry in a corner.
That's the spirit, dude.
Hey man, you guys
Do what you got to do, Greg.
you guys made a lot of progress though.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
you know, I mean,
Absolutely.
really, like you kicked its ass, but you know, I mean, Hey, this stuff happens, dude. It
It's
happens
still
to
a
the
good.
best of
It's
us.
still a good
Yeah.
chunk of change you made.
Yeah, absolutely it
if you
is.
set it to that goal, just sharpen the pencil a bit and do it. You know,
Yeah.
it's just 2 weeks delay. Big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a day to grieve and
Right.
then jump back
And get
out
on
there,
it.
man.
Yeah,
'Cause,
get right back on the horse. Yeah, right.
Yeah, basically Halloween. I'm gonna just be like depressed and be like, oh, guess what?
Eat all,
Good day
eat
to
all
do
the
it.
can-
Eat
eat all the
candy.
Spirit of the
candy.
day,
Yep.
give me
Yep.
chocolate.
All the
Yes.
Kit Kats.
Absolutely,
all the
man.
candy.
Yeah,
Hey,
just a blanket of Kit Kats. You know,
I
just
went
roll
and
around
got
in it.
my last gas station pulled pork tacos for the year, and they gave me a sucker for Halloween. So I was like, sweet,
Wow.
I am ready to celebrate the end of my campaign with I've got a Tootsie Pop. I'm ready to
There
go.
you go.
Hey, Greg, before we go in that tonight, can I want to make a plug because we're doing a new podcast a week from today, actually, November 5th. I've got the gentleman that's adapting my books to script right now. Craig Hall is a producer in California. We're actually doing on Friday at 5 p.m. We're starting a new podcast called From the Trenches of Hollywood. And it's set up as an indie creator myself, my experiences, but his 30 years of experiences in screenwriting. He's going to be bringing a lot of different people from Hollywood, all different types of capacities to get your ideas from the dining room table into script form and such. So that's going to be our episodic podcast. It's going to be, I think it's going to be recorded in the first few, and then it's going to have a couple of live shows. But I just want to let you know so you can check it out. It's under, if you want to follow us on Instagram, Trenches of Hollywood. And yeah, I would love for you guys to check it out. Check it
Cool
out on
name.
Ted Davies Artistry
That's really
too.
cool.
Ted
Cool,
Davies
man.
Artistry. Check it out. I appreciate it.
Trenches
Thank
of
you.
Hollywood.
That's right. That's exactly what it sounds like too on the promo. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it, Greg.
Yeah.
Rodman, you're awesome. Even though I don't like
Hey,
you
you're
sometimes.
awesome.
You're awesome.
Yeah, whatever.
No. You are awesome.
Katrina, it's always good seeing you, dear. Always good seeing you,
Yeah.
Katrina. And we haven't met
Yeah,
Ben.
you
so
too,
hi.
Ted.
Yeah, we haven't met yet either. But good to meet you, Ben.
Yeah, you too, man. All of you
Sounds good, Phil.
guys.
Just message me, Phil. We'll talk. I'll give you the link. It'll be on Ted Davies Artistry on the YouTube channel. And just follow me and we'll get you there. So
Cool.
yeah, it should be really
Awesome.
good for everybody. A lot of information. It's really interesting how people can learn just out of a couple of things on how to get your work, seen by people. It's amazing. It's amazing. So
And
the gatekeepers are they haven't locked the doors that much anymore. So it's very interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Aaron from Kettle.
We're coming through.
Has a writing course thing that they're doing.
I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or branches. I think it's branches. I think that's what.
Branches. That's cool.
Or it's in the trenches. Something. That's an actual course because he actually has like a master's or something. And
Does it cool?
yeah.
Yeah, the rest of us just fake it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hop off here
Yep,
too, guys.
I got to get going too.
Greg, thank you so much. This was great, man. It was great seeing everybody. Great talking.
Yeah,
Great to
you
meet
too,
you.
man.
Officially,
Brian,
Ben. Yep.
Brian, I think Russell has a comment for you.
Oh, does he? Let me see.
If Greg can pull that up there.
Right. Not yet, Russ. I am, but I will one day, and we'll share the spoils together. I promise. All right, guys. You have a good night. Thank you so much.
Yep, thanks.
See ya. Bye.
I think we're on Russell. Hey, Russell, are we you're having a show tomorrow night? I'm supposed
Tomorrow
to be on, I
night,
think,
yes.
Right? Yeah, 9 o'clock, 9 p.m.
Oh,
Eastern.
Yep.
Are
Right?
you on that?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I'm on that.
Are you? Sweet. That's awesome, man. We're gonna have a good time.
I may be on
Yeah,
that.
good
I
time.
usually do it. So
Yeah.
you
Oh,
Yeah,
never know.
you have been on. Yeah, that's right. I mean,
Yep.
I watched him on the replay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh,
Russ is a good guy.
It's going to depend if Michigan State or Michigan wins tomorrow. If State loses, my oldest is going to be super upset, and I'm going to have to deal with that.
Yeah. Well, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. State will be. They'll they'll be all right.
They'll do their
Keep
thing.
the faith. Keep the faith.
That's right.
So, all right. Have a good night, guys. I got to head out. So, thanks again,
Bye.
Greg. I appreciate it. We'll see you. Good meeting you, Ben. We'll
You
talk
too,
to
man. Nice
Thanks,
to meet you.
Katrina. Yep.
Bye. Real fast. Demon Phil.
Greg left.
Phil Lockler.
Greg just left.
I
Greg just
didn't
left his
mention
own
his name
show.
earlier, so sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying, Greg left his own show, but left it alive and running.
Oh my God. Did he leave his credit card?
Yeah. Seriously, my campaign could use a few more pledges if he just wants to,
Mine
add
too.
them in.
A few hundred of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I got like 36 hours left. Plug them in there. Fill them in.
I think I've got 14 days, something
All
like
right. You'll get
Yeah.
there. I can't, Greg, we can't shut the show down. You have to come back.
that. We're just so good. We're going to stay on forever.
Don't give
What
me
state are you
don't
in?
give me. I'm in Michigan.
Oh, like it.
Mhm. Yep.
I'm in Fort Worth, Texas.
Ooh.
Where the West began.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Russell says, "Welcome to the Cat Scratch Press Show. Here's my cats." Russell's done enough show with me that he knows that I don't get through any podcast without one of my cats coming on screen. I
Cool.
just feel the need to be on camera.
Hmm.
But yeah. Oh, Greg, I'm gonna message Greg.
I don't even think that I would not have thought that was possible to leave your show and have it still be on. Because usually everything goes black when they leave.
Yeah, I thought so too.
That's maybe it's the show is appearing somewhere else, like on Russian television, something like that.
We're broadcasting across the globe.
I must buy her comic.
Please buy my book. It's not a comic, but please buy my book.
And this is what Russian sounds like.
That's right. The host
English
doesn't
with
have
an
to stay, but
accent.
he has to end it. See, that's what I thought. Thanks, Russell. Yeah. The host doesn't have to stay, but he does have to end the stream. And he's not here, and he's not on Facebook right now.
Oh my God. He's not on the planet.
Oh, Greg.
We're still on the air, right?
We are still on the air.
Wow.
He has to actually end the stream.
Well, let's like come up with comedy
Greg.
hour. You know,
Oh, Greg.
do some skit.
Poor Greg. It's been a rough month for the poor guy.
Oh. Okay, so he said he's gonna miss his goal.
He is, yeah. Unfortunately, they have I think about the same amount of time as I do. I think they have about 35 hours left, but they're still about $2,000 short.
Dang.
Yeah.
I feel for him. I do.
It's hard, and it's a real shame because it's a good book.
That's why I feel even worse.
And
the good ones die young.
Yeah. It's tough. I mean, so many people went live in October. I know we're not really competing against each other, but I also know there's limited funds,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can only back so many people, and it's tough. Yeah. Sorry, Russell. I can't add you guys to the show, or I would just start adding people. Poor Greg. Poor Greg would come back, and I'd have a whole new show going.
What I wanted to say earlier was, like when a pledge reconsiders their pledge and they remove it, it's like a little piece of my soul gets yanked off.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I had one. We were just barely funded. We were at like $1,049 at $1,000 goal. And I woke up one morning after a really tough couple of days, just with some personal stuff. My best friend got stranded in Iowa. Ooh. He's Canadian.
Oh.
Was in Iowa with his dog competing in the World Championship dock diving competition. And you have to have a COVID test to get back into Canada. Oh. And he got to the airport and they said, well, your test is good to get on the plane here in Iowa, but it'll expire before you get into Detroit.
Oh.
So they wouldn't let him fly. So we spent 2 days getting him from Iowa to Gary, Indiana, from Gary, Indiana to my house, and my house across the border to Canada. And I woke up just exhausted. And the first thing I saw was we had a $28 pledge drop. And I was like, oh, we are so barely funded now. Yeah. Please, nobody else drop. Please, please, please. And it is so hard.
It is. It's rough.
Okay, Greg says, yeah, it's his bad. Hopefully he'll come back and
wow.
come back. But it is really hard. And we tell people, they tell us to, just be upbeat, and positive the entire time.
Right.
But I reached a point about halfway through where I was like, guys, I'm tired. I'm worn out. I'm not going to be pushing the campaign today because I just can't. And you know what? I have to say the community stepped up. And they shared it. We got pledges, and that's what I think, is so great about this community is we're there for each other.
That's one thing I pray that I never lose is the colleagues I've made this Kickstarter cycle. Because nothing like it.
Yeah, as I said, I love and I appreciate every single one of my backers, but it is the friends within the industry that have kept this campaign going.
Yeah.
With the private messages to me of it's okay, slumps are normal, it'll be okay, just keep going. I honestly couldn't have done that without them.
Let me ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
Is Cat Scratch Press, is that
Mhm.
your title,
Yes.
your umbrella?
Yes. Yep.
So you founded it how long ago?
Whew, I want to say officially 2 years ago now.
Okay.
It's been a couple of years.
Around 2007, I founded Wham Bang Comics with my son Jake, who was like 12 at the time. He's 26 now. But 4-ish years ago, we scrapped that title because Jason hired us to come on board to Scattered Comic as
Okay.
writers, and we've done that ever since. I actually like having his umbrella over my work
hmm
because there's always something I forgot to do as Wham Bang Comic, and he doesn't forget that. So it's Jason Doobie saved us.
Yeah. Currently we only publish my books.
Cool.
But I needed something, a little something to set me, to have that title. And it also covers our editing wing, which is again me.
Yeah.
Because I edit and proofread both comics and novels.
That's where my journalism degree and experience comes in handy. I edit my son's comics and, actually know what I'm doing when I look at the grammar and such.
Yeah.
The they, their problems. And
Yes.
actually, we have this villain, and it's going to premiere soon. It's called The Apostrophe, and it's after all those internet people who put apostrophes after everything.
After everything,
And it's going to be an actual villain. Only like people
Russell.
die because they have apostrophes impaling them. The apostrophe.
Yeah, Russell says each one of my books comes with a custom claw marks from a random cat in my house. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I have 2 or 3 books. I have a box of extra books here.
Your book?
For local shows and things like that. And I've got 2 or 3 on top that they're cat destroyed. Not like they got up and scratched them, but like they slid off the box or something. So there's like little gouge marks. I'm like, well, I'm not selling those.
I tell you what, one of us friends the other after this show, and I will mail you 2 Blonde Assassin comics for free if you will
Okay.
mail me 2 of yours.
All right, I think I can do that.
Yeah, that way, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And I get to see Cat Scratch.
Yes. And what do you mean you're going to end it later, Greg? Get your butt back in your own show.
You're starting to sound like a robot. My reception's screwing up.
Oh, no.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. There we go. Anyway. Well, I better go ahead and jet.
All right. What's
I
nice
will
meeting
friend
you.
you.
Yeah,
And I will
please
see
do.
you soon. And I'll send you the comic. And I'm not abandoning you, am I?
No. I'll just sit here and talk about my own Kickstarter until Greg decides he's going to save me.
I'll tune back in. If you're still on and no one else is, I'll come join you again.
All right.
All right. Really nice meeting you.
You too. Take care.
All right. You too. Bye-bye.
All right, Greg, it's just me here now. So I don't know if anybody's actually still listening to this because, well, it's gone sideways. Hopefully Greg comes in. Otherwise, he's going to end up broadcasting an empty screen because I'm not going to hang out here too long by myself. But thank you guys, everybody who tuned in tonight. Please check out the Kickstarters. There are so many amazing ones out there. So many amazing ones ending in the next few days. Those of us who launch October 1st. We're going to be ending this weekend. Please check them out. If you're interested in my book, you can find it under Katrina Roets, Roets. Russell's. And thank you, Russell, for recording this for blackmail purposes. I'm sure I'll say something worthy. Return to the Toy Store on Kickstarter. We have just like 37 hours left, I think. 36, 35. We're in the home stretch, though. I know that much. There's so many amazing Kickstarters starting. If you guys know Eric Cockrell, he just launched his campaign for Blister. It's about halfway through now. Fabulous 90s punk rock He's got guitar picks, he's got buttons, he's got pins, he's got stickers. He has VHS cases. I don't even know where he got VHS tape cases for this, but he has them. It's awesome. Russell Allen is going to have a Kickstarter launching, I think the first. Is that right, Russell? You'll tell me. For his new game. So check that out. Guys, Greg is awesome. Go find his campaign. Go check it out. Go back it. If you know Greg, go to his page. He has shared it out. It is so worthy of being funded. If it doesn't get funded, then please hang on for the Quickstarter, which will be launching in November, so we can get this back, get it out there to everybody, because new comics are awesome. They are. Let's see, what else can I talk about? Michigan State's going to win the football game tomorrow, so haha. I have no idea who's going to win. I would like Michigan State to win. I have 2 children who go there. Let's see. Greg, this is getting bad. I'm running out of things. Russell, thank you so much for popping those links into the chat for anybody who is watching or watches later and sees the chat. Let's see. I don't really know what to say here. I can't believe Greg is letting me do this. Greg, come save me. Let's see. If anybody would like to sponsor Cat Scratch Press or sponsor me, Fago would be awesome. I especially appreciate their products. If anybody finds the Fago, I don't know what they call it, firecracker, the red, white, and blue particular soda, if you could get me one of those, that would be awesome, because I can't find any. Have been looking all summer, couldn't find any, all fall, can't find any. They might not be available now. They might have been a summer only thing. Yes. Okay, so what do we got here? Return to the Toy Store. That's my book. Absolutely. Please back that. Group 101. That is Ted Davies' book. Blister, Eric Cockrell. Roadkill Rampage. That is Rodney Fike, I believe. Squee After Dark, Volume 2. With April Grady Reyna. Awesome artist. Super sweet. Love her to death. These are all listed in the comment section, so please go and check them out. And Greg, you have 3 minutes to come back here and shut your show off, or I'm gone. There you go. Launching tomorrow. I was wrong. It is not the 1st. Launching the 30th is Steph Pool's Circle of Destruction, which is a super fun card game put together by Russell Allen. And I believe there's going to be a not safe for work version, or not safe for your children version. Let's see. We're getting desperate, guys. I'm running out of things to talk about. This is Owen. I don't know if you guys know Owen. This is Owen. He is not in the book, but he will be. Let's see. Oops, sorry, kitty. I just dropped a teddy bear on your head. This is Twee. See Twee? He is an otter. He is in the book. He is in both Tales from the Toy Store and Return to the Toy Store. Please check him out in his story. If you guys are looking for some Halloween love, there is a brand new story that just went into the book a couple of days ago about a Owlin Wilson. That's cute. About a teddy bear who just wants to dress up for Halloween as his best friend, who happens to be Rocky the cat, for anybody who's familiar with Abel's Army and Rocky. And actually, for anyone who backs, this is even from the dollar pledge level, you will get at least a digital copy or print copy, if you back at a physical level, of a super cute print done by J.W. Sims of that teddy bear dressed up as his buddy Rocky. Let's see, what else can I tell y'all? Greg, seriously, come back. Yeah, I think that's about it, guys. As for me and future shows, you can find me on the Hooligan Alley Hangout on Friday nights. Quite often on with Russell Allen on Saturday nights. I know, Russell, I have not answered you yet as to if I will be there tomorrow night. It's going to depend on what time my kids get home and a lot of stuff. So schedule me as a solid maybe. I have a lot of fun on the show. Guys, if you haven't watch either one of those shows, please tune in. They are super fun. Lots of awesome creators. What else can I tell you? I'm supposed to be on Hooligan Alley Hangout right now, but James had a power outage, so no show tonight. Which is good because I'm still here holding down Greg's show. Yeah, guys, I think that's going to do me. I guess Greg is just going to have to stream dead air because I'm out of things to talk about. It has been a very long week around here. I know it's been a very long month for a lot of people. Hang in there. You're not alone. November is coming. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I won't say winter is coming because that's not a good thing in my world. It gets really cold here. And take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Reach out if you need to chat with anybody. And everybody just take care of yourselves. And I said that already. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.